You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Wednesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
Blue Jays got a 5-1 victory yesterday, but let's talk about the real event. Looney Dog Night went down again yesterday.
Always focused on what really matters.
And Jays fans so close to beating the record they set a few weeks ago, crushing 84,398 hot dogs, missing the record by 333 dogs yesterday.
I honest to God, I just feel like, you remember the original Batman movie when the Joker falls into the vat of chemicals? Is that how they cooked the dogs for Looney Dog Night?
Yeah.
Just a giant silo of meat and water.
Now, here's the thing. I was looking at the stats. So right now, they're sitting at, on the season, with 3 Looney Dog Nights left.
Okay.
They have crushed 550,164 dogs.
Damn.
Now, last year, they finished just over 700,000 dogs.
Oh, easily doable. They're averaging like 80K.
What do you think they finished with? If you were a betting man, what do you think the number is? Because if you math it out, I feel like it's over 800,000, but...
Yeah, I mean, so they're at 550, and just sort of by my math of like the rough 80K, that's 240 to go. Yeah, I would say that 800,000 is like... That would be my over-under mark if I was setting a line.
But if Jays fans get it together and they really push themselves,
Yeah.
we could get to 1 million dogs by the end of the year.
Dude, you need to sell. So you're at 550. That's 450 to go. You would need to sell 150,000 dogs a
I
game.
think people are taking this as a challenge when they go to these games now. Even my buddies were trying to get tickets, in the resale value on these Looney Dog Nights. People are selling tickets for like $200 a pop to sit in the nosebleeds, man.
That's amazing. That's the thing, right? Team's hot right now. Team hadn't been this hot in a long time, so people just want to be at the ballpark. But what we need to do is we need to make sure that those who are there on Looney Dog Night are there for the right reasons. Are you here to watch some baseball team smack balls around? Or are you here to work? If you're not here to eat hot dogs, you scalp your tickets to someone who will do the job.
I feel like they should kick people out who aren't having hot dogs.
That's what I'm saying. This is like a comedy club. You know the 2-drink minimum? Nah, 2-dog minimum for everybody through the door.
84,000 hot dogs is crazy, though, when you think about it. Like the population of Timmins is 44,000 people.
Right.
84,000 hot dogs? You could literally give everyone in Timmins like 1.5 hot dogs last night.
Damn, you put it that way, it sounds like we could solve the real hunger crisis in this country just by feeding people dogs.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
May I play a sound for you?
Yes.
Try and jog your nostalgia a little bit here.
Just playing up dial-up internet sounds.
Today's a big day, a bit of a sad day, as a matter of fact. AOL, the online internet provider.
Yeah.
They are shutting down, I didn't even know this was still a thing, their dial-up internet service after 30 years.
Who still has dial-up internet?
According to the 2023 U.S. Census, 163,000 households still had dial-up internet as of 2 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah, now they do go on to say that's 0.13% of all internet subscribed households in the United States. So it's a small number of people. But for just shy of 200,000 people, they got the lights turned out on them the other day.
That is so many frustrated people on the hub going, come on, you.
Just waiting pixel by pixel. But I guess the question is like, internet itself, like whether it's on your phone or on your computer, cable modems, all that stuff, like it has gotten better, gotten faster over the years. Do you think dial-up ever got better from when we were kids?
I mean...
Like, are people in 2023?
The only
like,
plus is that nobody really has a home line anymore.
That's right.
So, I mean, that's a benefit for dial-up internet.
Imagine having a cell phone, but still having dial-up internet. That's the choice that you made in that
You got to
household.
be out in the bush or something.
That's the only thing. But even then, right? Like here in Canada, we have a lot of satellite options, especially with what's the Musk one there? Starlink.
Yeah.
Is like the big one for people who are out in remote areas. So like even... to think that there's somebody in like super remote northern Manitoba that's got satellite internet, and there are people in urban centers in the United States that are still plugging in their phone line.
I wonder how many of those are like those parents that are like, I don't want my kids to be on the internet, so they chose that. Maybe is what it is. I don't know. I just remember having LimeWire as a kid and it taking like 3 days to download Blink-182 songs.
You'd hear a hot new song on the radio. You'd go to the family computer with no regard for what you were about to do to its health. And you would search it up on Napster or LimeWire.
And then I'd get that Bill Clinton voice that's like, I did not have sexual relations with that girl, but I did, in fact, buy my stereo from whatever.
That is such a bummer because, like you said, it would take 3 days to download a single MP3, and then it wouldn't even be the thing that you wanted. It would either be that clip or it'd be like a weird cover or something like that. It would be somebody who's just trying to get their band's music out, so they would mislabel it as all the big hits, and you'd have to go through and do it all over again. I remember my early days in the internet. I go pre-LimeWire. I can remember getting AOL discs, like the floppy discs.
Oh, for the internet.
That would come with like video game magazines and stuff like that. Like that's where they were advertising.
Yeah.
And I remember getting one and being like, Mom, my magazine came with the internet.
If you tell someone you have a floppy disk now, I feel like that had a whole different meaning.
Well, now you can take a little blue pill and that'll stiffen it right up. You can move on with it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We were talking about LimeWire, and that triggered something in your memory from your early internet days?
For years, I didn't know all of Welcome to the Jungle because the copy that I downloaded just like ended abruptly. Like I couldn't even tell you where. It just
So that's where you thought it ended? Yeah.
Yeah. So for a long time, and like we're talking like right when we started downloading music. So I was pretty young. So I just assumed that that's where the song ended. Right. And then years later, I heard the whole thing, and I'm like, I was literally blown away. I can't remember who I was with, but I was like, oh, I've never heard this version. They're like, what do you mean this version? This is the song. I was like, I've never heard it past this one point.
LimeWire even got me a few times where they had the wrong band labeled as a song, so I thought they sung that.
Right.
Right, and then you look like an idiot. And people are like, what are you talking about? And you're like, but the internet knows, right?
I think the one thing kids don't realize is, like, they're able to look up lyrics to songs right now.
Yeah.
That was not a thought in my mind, and you would just sing the wrong lyrics forever and ever until someone told you were wrong.
No, yeah, like early internet, the best you could hope for was that the band put the lyrics inside like the CD art, and then someone took a picture of that and put it on the internet.
I remember even thinking that was mind-blowing when someone showed me and they're like, if you take this out.
It folds out.
You're like, holy crap.
But did you ever sit there and replay parts over and over to figure out what they were and then write them down? Because I definitely had like a book where I wrote out lyrics.
Your lyric journal?
Yeah.
What's next, Ashley? You going to tell me you know cursive writing too, you old bastard?
Actually, yes, Brock, very beautifully, I might say.
I can read it. I can't write it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We're celebrating The Who all week long here. I mean, we even started our world tour contest as well, but it is Wednesday, so it's time to censor out The Who and make some of their songs sound a bit dirty.
It's so crazy how you can take a song that you've heard 1,000 times and you just put one little piece of tone in there, a little beep, and it changes the whole thing.
Let's start off with Bob O'Reilly.
Out here in the fields, I for my meals. I get my back into my
It's working hard.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
I don't need to prove I'm right. I don't
You know, they talk about a teenage wasteland.
Right.
This is why parents were worried about rock and roll. It's the subliminal messages.
It's all making sense now.
And you know the song Behind Blue Eyes?
Oh, I love that song.
What if it was in Blue Eyes they were talking about?
But my say on is empty as my conscience seems to be.
Literally unconscionable.
I have hours only lonely. My is vengeance.
Oh my God.
that's never free.
I call that one Behind Blue Balls.
The vengeance part is wild, though.
And finally here, I think we can all agree one of the greatest Who songs of all time is Pinball Wizard.
Well, sure.
Maybe not anymore.
Ever since I was a young boy, I the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have them all. I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure to me.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Let me ask you a question today. If you found $1,000 sticking out from a bank ATM, would you take it?
Ooh.
It's just sitting there, not even inside the bank. It's in the drive-through. You know, some banks have drive-throughs.
Like sticking out of the ATM?
Somebody drove through this drive-through, went to take out $1,000, and somehow, probably just like overtired or something, forgot the part where you take the money. Next person in line pulls up, and there it is, sitting there waiting to be taken, $1,000 in cash.
I don't know. I've watched too many movies that feels like a setup almost.
It does. It feels a little entrapment-ish. It feels like there's like, because how would you forget $1,000?
Is this a real story?
Yeah, so a woman named Annie, who is a real estate agent in London, Ontario, pulled up to the bank, and there was $1,000 in cash bills sticking out of the ATM. And she decided, she had kids in the car, she decided this was a chance for her to teach them a lesson about being a good person. She said, you can't build a better life by making somebody else's life worse. She takes the money, she makes her own withdrawal so she can get a timestamp on the receipt, then comes back to the bank the next day because it's after hours and says, hey, I found this money in this ATM at this time. Can we look up and see who it might belong to? It ended up they found a local roofer that had made the transaction and forgot to take the money. And she gave the money, not only gave the money back to him, but then refused when he tried to give her like a finder's fee.
I mean, I'll give the lady a round of applause. She's better than most.
Better than me. Never even would have occurred to me to go through all of those steps.
Also, I'll say this. The fact that you find $1,000 and you look at your children and go, I'm going to teach you a life lesson, that just shows me you're doing all right.
You must be doing, that's the thing. I mean,
You got enough money to be like, $1,000, I'll teach my kids a lesson today.
I don't know about the housing market in London, Ontario. She's a real estate agent. I know that there's money to be made there. You're right. If you can look $1,000 in the eye and be like, you are more value to me as a teachable moment than as currency, you got stuff in your bank account.
Must be nice to be rich. I mean, I feel like if my mom found it, she'd be like, we need to spend this right away.
We need to go to a grocery store. We need to launder this money as quickly as possible.
You guys want new bikes?
Where is the nearest Canadian Tire? We're getting bikes, helmets, maybe an inner tube or something. We're spending all of it.
I'm a strong believer that if you find money and you look around and no one goes, hey,
yeah,
then it's yours.
I mean, it's also kind of the idea of like, and I don't want to sound like a jerk, but like, how do you not take your money out of the ATM? How do you put your card in, you go through the whole rigmarole of withdrawing money, and you just drive away from it?
You said he was a roofer, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It might have been a little messed up.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got friend of the show, Tim, on the phone. So, Tim, you had a similar situation like that lady from London, Ontario?
Yes, I was in a little Insta-teller just back north here, and I went in, and of course the instant teller is dinging, like making a noise. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I looked down, and I realized the card was still in there, and I could have easily just kept going with the interaction.
Oh, no way. Like everything was open in the ATM?
You were logged in.
Yes, he was logged in. He just just grabbed his cash and walked out, left his card there, and made another transaction.
That is one of those few moments, I believe, where there is an angel and a devil on your shoulder.
That's a test.
Oh, there was. Don't get me wrong. I did hit a couple buttons to see, and I went, oh, my, that is a card in there.
You went and checked out the bank balance?
And then he looked up and realized there's a security camera.
Well, I am a little bit nosy. But the angel on my shoulder said, don't, just go find the guy. So I ran down the street and I caught him, and he was pretty grateful.
Oh, that's good.
Round
That's
of
good.
applause to you, sir.
I feel like someone would look at my bank account balance if I was that guy and just be like, "Oh no, just let me close this out. Let me make a deposit."
Oh, it'd be embarrassing for me too. The little negative sign on it never helped.
Yeah, I feel like most of our bank account balances is like our weight. We lie about that all the time.
Yeah. We inflate things just a little bit.
I will say there's a lot of people that have had situations like that and deserve a round of applause for returning the cash. And then there's a lot of actual honest people out there that say if they just found it on the sidewalk or something, they're 100% keeping that $1,000. Now, I was curious because someone texted in and said you can keep the money. The cops consider it to be abandoned.
Right.
So I looked it up here, and apparently in Ontario, there isn't a clear-cut law stating that you have to return the money. There isn't a legal obligation to turn it in. They say that the best course of action obviously is if you find a wallet with an ID,
right,
then more or less you got to do that. But if you just find cash itself,
just loose money,
it's almost kind of like a finders keepers thing.
So the woman in London, Ontario, who found the $1,000 at an ATM is legally would have been allowed to keep this money. I mean, listen, I watched enough movies to know cash is untraceable. How are they going to find it? How am I supposed to reasonably find this money back to its owner?
I mean, I guess there's things that you got to weigh out, right? Like if you're at the bank, maybe it's that person's last $1,000, but then at the same time, you got to think, is this a setup? Am I taking this money? Is the mob going to come after me?
That's your concern. It's not whether or not somebody might be down on their luck. Someone might be losing this $1,000 could ruin their life. You're worried that this is
Am I going to ruin my own life?
This is a loan shark who just got caught up in a moment, and you have now put a hit on yourself.
This seems like the whole plot of a Netflix limited series, and I like my kneecaps, to be honest.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
Has anyone actually ever slipped on a banana peel, or is that just stuff that you see in movies and cartoons?
I mean, I have been playing a lot of the new Mario Kart for Switch 2 lately, but I think that's as close as a banana has come to messing up my day.
There's a lady in Connecticut who was just found guilty of insurance fraud as she claimed that she slipped on a banana peel outside of a grocery store and was trying to sue the store for a hefty amount of money.
Damn. I mean, I guess the idea being if you get injured on property, parking lot, technically property. I think the only downside to the story is the banana peel.
Well, here's the thing is, she did fall outside and then she went in the store and tried to say there was a banana peel out there, yada, yada, yada. She filed a whole claim and everything, and then when they looked at the security footage, she just biffed it on her own.
Oh, she happened to trip in the vicinity of the banana?
She was just embarrassed and was like, I can get some money out of this.
It's such a bummer.
I mean, she's got a real appreciation of the classics, but I don't think I've ever seen this happen to anyone.
I'll be honest, I don't even see banana peels all that often, just loose on the ground. There's just not... I don't know. Maybe it's the places I frequent. I just don't see people leaving their banana peels out to be slipped on. I've also never tried it, though. I've never stepped on a banana peel to see if it's actually slippery or not.
I did look up back in 1927. There is actually one cause of someone dying from slipping on a banana peel.
Really?
A guy in Tennessee in 1927 was hospitalized and then actually passed away after from hitting his head so hard on the ground.
Damn.
So it is fatal.
Would have to assume that the rest of his... Well, to be fair, the fall is fatal. The banana peel is not the fatal
The fall
part.
wouldn't happen without the banana peel, so, you know.
Tell that to the lady in the grocery store parking lot.
It's like the most cartoony death of all time.
Do you think that as he fell, and I'm not trying to make light of somebody who died, but that
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
All right, we've got $100 in Lotto 649 tickets for tonight's jackpot on the line. And, of course, you have to figure out Courtney's little cousin Dante's recorder cover today.
That's right. He learned the recorder in school. He's been getting super into it over the summer months. And we've actually put in a request for today. I asked you to ask Courtney, to ask her cousin, to ask her kid Dante to try this one. And I have to say, Not a super complicated song, but he figured it out pretty fast.
He absolutely crushed it. So usually we ask for the song and the band. Today we are just asking for the song.
Yeah.
Okay?
You'll know when you hear it what we're talking about, but there is no specific artist we're looking for
We've
today.
got 3 people on hold. If they all suck or fail, we'll keep taking more callers. We'll go to line 1, though. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
This is Brian.
Brian, all right. You ready to play?
I suppose.
You
All right.
got this, brother. Come on.
Here's Dante's recorder cover. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
Take care, buddy. All right, we go to line 2.
He nailed it.
Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Scott.
Scott, here is little Dante's cover on the recorder. Do you know what that is?
I'm going to have to go with fish freezer.
Stop guessing.
The
fish.
second guess of fish.
What
no,
are we
it's not
doing
fish.
here?
No. All right. Go to line 3. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Chris.
Chris. All right. Here's the cover. What is it?
Somewhere over the rainbow.
It is not somewhere over the rainbow.
Think about this. Dolby did request it.
Yes.
We only need the title. I will say there is no band associated with it.
No,
that we know of.
This is a song you've all heard. You just got to use your brain to figure out where you've heard it from.
Caller number 4. What's your name?
Oh, Justin.
Justin. Here's the cover that Dante did. Do you know what that is?
It's the theme song from The Office.
Yeah!
Damn right it is.
Well done.
Congratulations, you just scored yourself $100 in Lotto 649 tickets for tonight's jackpot, my friend.
Thank you very much.
If you do happen to win, you got some nickels and dimes for the fellows over here, or buy Dante a real instrument?
I definitely could do that.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast. Would you rather? Wednesday. Would you rather Wednesday?
All right, let's get weird. 762-555. First one in here says, would you rather have big fluffy paws or a big fluffy tail?
I mean, probably big fluffy. I've already got kind of big paws. They're not fluffy at all, but having a tail, I just don't feel like, unless my tail can grab things or support my weight, I don't want a tail.
Yeah, but I feel like if you have big fluffy paws, then you're going to run into more problems like just eating food. It's always going to be gross. You're always going to find hair in your own food.
I don't know. I mean, bears figure it out, right? Like, you don't see bears walking around with just filthy mitts all the time.
I don't know. Are you checking out bears' paws often?
If I could shake hands with a bear, I would do it in a heartbeat. That would be adorable.
I think I go tail on that one. Someone said, would you rather camp out a night in an outhouse or get tipped over in an outhouse?
Oh, no, definitely camp out in an outhouse. If I have to spend a night in an outhouse, at least I'm in control. Like, the smell will be bad. But if I get tipped over in an outhouse, I'm forever unclean.
Yeah, but if you tip it over, then it's like it's an instant done thing. I mean, you're going to be forever unclean just spending 24 hours in there. There's no way you go unscathed just sitting in there for a whole day.
I mean, let's be honest. If you've been in a porta potty for 20 minutes, you're forever unclean.
You feel disgusting, yeah.
I think I would rather. I just don't know how I would react to being covered. Plus, there's a chance that you get hurt, right? As the thing tumbles over, your ass over tea kettle covered in God knows what between other people's things and the blue liquid that's in there. Oh, I'd never, PTSD for sure.
Only benefit of getting tipped over in a porta potty is if it's on a job site, you could get some workers' compensation for
That's very true.
Someone said, would you rather be a multi-billionaire but like 40% of the population hates you? Or would you rather be as you are right now but everybody loves you?
I mean, if only 40% of the population.
I'll take billionaire, man.
Yeah. Way more than 40% of the population hates billionaires as it is
What
now.
are you told as a kid? It doesn't matter what other people think of you.
And if I've got multiple billions, like, listen, for all the things that people like me say about Elon Musk, do you think that he listens to this podcast? He doesn't know or care what people think about
You can buy
him.
friends. Remember that. You can buy happiness, guys. That's a thing.
It's not even that expensive, really.
Someone said, would you rather never use ice again or never use a straw again?
I'm not really a big ice guy as it is. Like,
Yeah, you're
if
a tall and neat guy with your drinks.
I like to get a neat drink because I don't want the ice to melt and dilute the product. So there's a lot more situations where I would want a straw versus situations I would want ice.
I kind of knew that answer was coming. You hate turtles, so.
Nobody said anything about there being plastic straws. That's not even turtle related.
It was implied.
Oh, come on.
Final one here. Would you rather go to jail for 30 days or go on probation for at least 3 years?
Ooh.
I guess the big question is, what country am I going to jail in?
That's true. Yeah. Because there's some countries where a day in prison, I'm not going to make it.
No.
I mean, here in Canada, I think I could make it through 30 days in jail. But I guess there's also being realistic. If I'm on house arrest for, what'd you say, 3 years? What was I doing anyway?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just the house arrest, that almost sucks a little bit more because you've got like certain stipulations, and if you break them, then things go longer, right?
Yeah, but like I don't go a lot of places, like I'm sure I can get an exception to come here and do the show with you.
So either way, if you're on probation or 30 days in jail, 30 days in jail is more of a vacation for you.
Yeah, because then somebody else has to watch the kids. I just have to watch my back.
Nothing like hanging out with the fellas, am I right?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, good morning. Just telling you the word of the day is supine. S-U-P-I-N-E, like pine. Anyway, supine. Lying on one's back facing upwards. Indolent or empathetic inertia. Mentally or morally slack. Well, I'm telling you, if you got someone supine on for number one, chances are it's number two, like in that heat of that moment. That's just go, Desert. Have a great one. Cheers.
Supine.
It's two fully different definitions. One, literally, if you're laying on your back, you are supine. That is what and then the other one, like you can use it to say if someone doesn't stand up in the face of something evil, like doesn't stand up against bullying or whatever, you could call them supine
Because you're laying down.
as an insult. But
Yeah.
generally, if it's going to be used, it's going to be just talking about someone laying on their back.
Supine is a word I wish I knew growing up playing minor hockey. That would have been a great chirp to say to someone. Just be like, I know your mom. She's always supine.
Oh,
You could have said something like that.
It feels like, though, especially for minor hockey, that's very much what was the joke from King of the Hill? If these kids could read, they'd be very upset right now.
Yeah.
You'd tell a kid on the other team, like, your mom's always supine, and he'd be like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be mad about that. I don't know what that means.
Supine. Use it wherever you can, all right?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.